Folks, we are live from Consensus 2024 in beautiful Austin, Texas. Matt Zahab here from Cryptonews.com. Pumped to have you guys tag along with us over the next 3 days. Day one right now. Over the next 3 days, we are going to be giving you tons of really good content, interviews on the ground, after events, walkthroughs, you name it. Everything you want here, we will give to you. If you guys want anything, let us know. Hit us up in the comments. And here we are, Consensus Day 1. Let's do it. This day one with the one and only Bobby Lee. Bobby, how are you, my friend?
Yes.
Great to be with you, of course.
Thank you.
You just came out with your brand new book, The Promise of Bitcoin, which we will get to in 1 second. But the star today is Ballet. Folks, if you aren't aware of what Ballet is, you can easily gift crypto, Bitcoin, ETH, you name it, with very easy super cards, hand them out to people, easiest way to gift. You got to tell us a little bit more about that.
Ballet, we make our signature product, the Real Series Cold Storage Card. This is the world's easiest to use self-custody cold storage. So the idea is we want to make self-custody available for everyday people. Self-custody is a notion where you can store your Bitcoin by yourself without relying on a third-party custodian, exchange, or website, and so on and so forth. So you store your crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, NFTs, all on this card. This card supports over 1,000 different coins and NFTs. And that's great because there's no setup process, right? So it's not electronic, so there's no setup process. You buy it, you could use it, so it's really suitable for everyday people.
One of my favorite things about Ballet is the easeability of onboarding people to Web3. I've given it to friends and family. If I have a friend or family who wants to get into Bitcoin or ETH, the setup is very tumultuous. It's a bit of a shit show. It takes a lot of time. Could you explain how easy it is to literally load up one of these bad boys and send to a friend or family?
We have these QR codes on each card. Each card we make has a unique QR code, and that's a deposit address. It's a Bitcoin deposit address. We also have versions for Ethereum and other coins. And the idea is that you don't need to set it up. So traditional hardware wallets are electronic devices that you need to plug into a computer, you need to download and upgrade the firmware, you need to make a connection, you need to charge the battery. So this guy has no batteries, no firmwares to upgrade, nothing to update, and there's no setup, there's no need to write down these 24 words for recovery phrases and keeping them safe. So as long as you keep this card safe, you will not lose your Bitcoin, you will not get hacked. So this is what's amazing about this card.
I love it. Yeah. And last but not least, of course, the book right there, as you see, The Promise of Bitcoin.
So it's now a Wall Street Journal national bestseller.
Congrats.
It's called, subtitles, The Future of Money, How It Could Work For You. I talk about Bitcoin and why it's amazing and why it's a future of, digital currency for the world.
Bobby Lee, CEO and founder of Ballet and author of The Promise of Bitcoin. Pleasure speaking with you, my friend.
Yes.
I'm here today with Jack Gia. Guys, you probably have not heard of stable.com or USD3, not USDT, USD3, the newest and baddest stablecoin in the crypto space. Jack, pumped to be here with you today, my friend.
Thank you.
You got to tell us a little bit about USD3. What's the purpose? Why create another stablecoin? Cool.
Absolutely. So, stable coins have been around for a very long time, and arguably it was created to skirt around the banks. Right, originally because banks were giving crypto companies a lot of hard time, right? So, Tether at that time was created to skirt around the banks, which has really worked out really well in terms of creating the crypto economies. It has gotten us to $150 billion in market cap for stablecoins. But I think, how do we go from 150 billion to 3 trillion? Well, I think we're going to have to come back down and connect deeply with the banks, right? In the original use case in terms of real world payments, right? Real world use case for real world merchants and real world users to use stablecoins. And there's not a better time to do it than now, right? Because we have new wallet architecture on chain, account abstraction, cheap and fast chains, right? Imagine if you can move money from SEPA or SPAY or PIX or any other local banking rails to a US dollar stablecoin on a cheap EVM network, right? And how much real world utility that can bring to the world. And that's what we're doing here at stable.com with USD3.
I love that. Now, again, this is Cryptonews.com. We are journalists. journalist. I got to ask a journalisty question here, Jack. Proof of reserves. How are you guys raising the money? How are you denominating it? Is it 1-to-1 back to USD? Walk me through all that.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a very traditionally fiat-backed stablecoin where we are a regulated entity. We have VASP, we have MSBs, we have a regulatory regime all around the world, and we have a series of counterparties such as BlackRock, type of, different T-bill issuers and custodians and liquidity providers that can custody that for us. But there's a lot of great tech, again, nowadays in terms of custody, MPC, right, and best practices, industry best practices for key management, admins and roles on how you control contracts. But at the end of the day, we are a fiat-backed stablecoin, and there's a lot of people inside the company that have been in the space for 10 plus years, including myself, and together we just have a lot of experience to be able to be a trustworthy brand, right, and to custody funds correctly with our series of counterparties, all tier 1 players, right, and just to make sure that the reserves are always 1-to-1 with proof of reserve attestations, third-party audits, et cetera, et cetera.
And last question for you, Jack. The name, USD3. Why 3?
Okay, so the play on words here has to do with the fact that USD1 is basically cash in your bank account, right? And USD2 is cash in your digital wallet, like a Cash App or a Venmo, right? USD3 is a stable coin on the blockchain, right? So that's kind of where we were thinking in terms of the evolution of money throughout the layers in the past 50 years, arguably, right? And the Web2 incumbents and Web2 payment networks, right? And versus money and where money sits across time throughout different layers of technology, right? USD3 is the future, a new era of stablecoins.
Folks, Jack Gia, CEO and founder of the one and only stable.com and USD3. Appreciate your time, my friend.
Thanks. All right.
Folks, we are live from Consensus, still day 1 here with, you guys know this logo, Tron DAO. I'm here with the one and only Hunter Rodgers. We were supposed to meet with Mr. Justin Sun. We don't know if he's allowed in US of A or not. Not our problem, but instead of one Justin Sun, we now have his right-hand man, and we have 100 Justin Suns for this interview today.
That is right.
Hunter, great to meet you, my friend.
Very nice to meet you.
To get the show kicked off, tell us a little bit about Tron DAO and what you guys are working on at the moment.
Sure. So as you said, my name is Hunter. I'm the Senior Ecosystem Development Lead of Tron DAO, and I help with also investments. But I go around to all the different conferences. So today we're at Consensus 2024, and it's a pretty busy day. And this is just day 1. But Tron, we're the world's largest DAO. We're one of the fastest growing blockchains. We have over 200 million accounts on Tron blockchain. I think about $58 billion is on USDT alone. So Tron's very popular in the stablecoin space. But to get more involved within the Tron blockchain, anybody can go to like trondao.org, and you'll see all the different initiatives. Right now, you can just see that we're working on a Bitcoin layer 2, which we're going to have more revealed at Bitcoin Nashville in July. But if you're a builder or if you're just a community member that wants to get more involved with like Tron blockchain and figure out how you can build, how you can get some funding, how you can get some marketing support, we have something called the Hackathon. Season 6 literally just ended. We're giving away $500,000 in prizes, and Season 7 starts in July. So if you're a dApp builder and you want to get some funding, some more marketing support, help to grow awareness around whatever it is you're building, then come support or come get involved within our hackathon, win some good prizes, get involved with the community, and have some fun. There's lots of ways to get connected and really build whatever it is you're working on. We can help with funding, help with marketing support, and help get you connected within lots of people and lots of different, let's say, other builders within the industry to really take your project and make it be a success.
So many people are building on Tron, just like you said, hundreds of millions of accounts, billions of dollars transacted. What, as you have a behind the scenes lens and look, what sort of macro trends do you see over the next 6 to 12 months in crypto and in Tron specifically?
So if you take a look at, let's say, depending on what year you've been in, if you take a look at, let's say, coin market cap, you've probably seen, if you look at the top 25 projects, every year, like the new coins come up, narratives change, and everyone has something, let's say, different that they're interested in. Some things are trending, they come in and out. So it's like in the past, it was like, let's say, NFTs were the hottest thing. And then it became like the metaverse. Everyone was looking at metaverse projects. And then AI, which AI is still a hot topic. Right now, it's DPIN and RWAs.
Yeah.
So there's always new ways to innovate, new ideas and new projects coming out. Tron is always finding a way to be involved with the latest and greatest. We have our own NFT marketplace. We have metaverse projects and people building that. We have AI initiatives. We even have a $100 million AI fund. So if you're building a project that's AI related, we have $100 million ready to go to help support you. Right now, Tron's getting very big into DPINs and RWAs. So that might utilize our BitTorrent layer 2. We might be working with the Bitcoin layer 2 as well. Like, there's so many different initiatives for Tron to stay involved, to be like up and coming, always trending, always with like working with the latest and greatest. We're always trying to get our, let's say, community and people involved within the ecosystem to build things right now that are DPIN and RWAs, things that will provide real world use cases and value that just makes sense. We want it so whenever people are, let's say, doing anything within the real world every day, they might not even know that they're utilizing the Tron blockchain. They're just living life like they would normally do, and behind the scenes, it'll be powered by Tron.
Hunter Rodgers from Tron, Human Electric Factory, and the best outfit at the show. Appreciate your time.
Thank you. You're the best. Nice meeting you.
Pleasure.
Keep it up.
We're still buzzing here in Austin, Texas, beautiful Austin, Texas. Super pumped to be with Arnaud Simeray, GTM lead, go-to-market lead at the one and only Dune Analytics. Arnaud, pumped to be with you, my friend. To begin, could you tell us a little bit about Dune, your guys' core mission, and what you do to empower everyone in the blockchain analytics space?
Yeah, absolutely. Super excited to be here in Austin. Great consensus. So our mission is to make crypto data accessible. And the way we do that is by powering 30 blockchains. So anybody who needs access to on-chain analytics, they go to Dune, they can dive into the data, build an amazing dashboard, and most of that is public and available for everybody to access.
So cool. One of the things I love about Dune is you guys offer really good solutions for both the average Joes like myself and for the big corporations, the execs, a lot of not retail, but a lot of B2B that's moving the needle here. I'd love if you could explain the differences with the types of dashboards or types of data that people are looking for when it comes to business versus consumer.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think Dune, you probably know Dune about the dashboard, but behind it there is, I think, a part that is more dedicated to like retail users, crypto enthusiasts, as well as some of the largest companies in the world, public organization. And I think what's very exciting is that no matter what you want to dive into the data, you can do this with Dune, whether you want to track, your meme coin, asset, find some of the new trends, in crypto. And when you think about, the ETF launch on Bitcoin, those folks like 21Co, Caddywood, they also use Dune, right? It's all about making crypto data accessible, no matter if you own, billions of dollars of Bitcoins, or if you want to trade in the next, Mipcoin on Solana.
100%. Speaking of trends, one of the best parts about Dune is the ability to sort of see these trends before they go mainstream. Present day, we have DeepIn popping off. Of course, DeFi still been a narrative since almost the inception of crypto. RWAs as well. Are there any particular trends that really intrigue you, the team, and your customers right now at Dune Analytics?
Yeah, I think you alluded to some of them that are very top of mind when I see some of the dashboards that are coming out. I think it's also about comparing all those chains, because I think we are living the word that there's a new chains coming up almost like every week. L2, L3s, L4s. God knows where we're going. So I think being able to have a source of truth to really understand what's happening on chain and finding whether it's the alpha for the next trade or just some like big trends that, like you said, institutional are making moves, as well as retail investors. That's kind of like the goal at the end of the day.
And you and the team just launched Dune Catalyst, fresh off the press 2 days ago.
Yes, sir.
Give us the goods with that. What is Dune Catalyst?
Of course. So, our mission, making crypto data accessible. We do that across about 30 blockchains, give or take. That's good, but there are hundreds of blockchains. And, big data is heavy. It takes time for our team to build, ingest all of those chains. So with Dune Catalyst that we just launched, we can now onboard any chains, any blockchain on Dune in a matter of a couple of weeks. EVM, non-EVM, we have different options. We have one which is fully managed, which is kind of a white glove services. And we have one which we're super excited, which we call Hosted Catalyst, which means that we empower chain. Like if you think about app chain, the Optimism rollup, if you think Arbitrum Orbit, to come to Dune, push their data to Dune and go live in in a matter of 30 days.
Last question here, my friend. What are some of the biggest challenges in the blockchain analytics space, and what are you and the team doing to tackle them?
We go back to our mission. It's kind of ironic that public blockchain is available to all, but it's very hard to access and understand. So I think one of the biggest challenges is how can we bring all of that information into one spot and making so easy that people who don't really have experience in SQL or other languages can actually understand what's happening on chain. Like really at the core of what we do is making it easy to access that blockchain data, and that remains the biggest blockchain. Now with new chains come a lot of complication, especially in the non-EVM world.
Yeah.
But I think that's what we're trying to solve every day.
Love it. Arnaud, appreciate your time, my friend.
Thank you.
Well done.